47 Weeks, Life and Learnings of a Dietetic Intern. Hey guys, welcome back to 47 Weeks. It's week 23 and I'm done my third clinical rotation. F5! This week went by really quickly. So Monday, my preceptor was conducting interviews. I was seeing patients by myself and I just had an advisor that I called to sign off enteral and parenteral orders. But it ended up being a really busy day. I had 3 swallowing assessments, so they found another dietitian for me to do that with. It went really good. Tuesday, I went to ground rounds and the doctor talked about getting individuals back to work that are on disability leave and why that's important. Wednesday morning, I went to neuroscience rounds and there was a couple residents that presented their unique case studies and how they handled it. And it was a really good example of what a case study presentation should look like. And there was free coffee and baked goodies. So Thursday was my case study presentation, and it just so happened that not a lot of dietitians could make it because they had to be at the Mount St. Vincent orientation or education session. So there was only 4 dietitians there and most of the interns. So it was a nice cozy group. Feels good to have that over with. And Friday was my last day of a 6-week stretch. And I got to sign off all but one of my competencies. So if staff relief was Monday, I still wouldn't be ready. I didn't see more than a handful of patients that needed parenteral nutrition, so there's no way that I got enough practice in order to meet that competency just yet. But my preceptor and I have a plan, so she's just gonna do some more case studies for me to work on, and I have until the summer to get them done and have them signed off. I'm gonna try to do that sooner rather than later. And Friday was also my first shift since October being back at Salty's. And it was so good to be back. After using your brain so much for work, it's made serving much easier and it's much easier to make conversation with people. And it really reminds me of when I was serving in the summer, so it just feels like summer whenever I'm at work. It was really nice to get paid for work, gotta say. So my learnings for the week. Doctors can be hard to work with. Throughout my clinical rotations, I've come across quite a few doctors that don't know everything about nutrition and how important it can be. And they don't listen, so they don't see your value as a member of the health team. It can be hard. But what I've learned is that you still have to make that suggestion and you have to write it in their chart, because if anything happens to that patient, and who knows, what if you end up in court having to talk about what happened, you can be confident on your end that you did everything possible for the interest of the patient, regardless of what happened. After going to ground rounds on Tuesday, I learned that it can be quite a tough situation to be in if you're somebody that has chronic pain and it's aggravated by your job or your work environment. You could be still denied disability and have to go back to work on the fact that you not working is gonna make you feel even worse and it's gonna affect your health. So having the motivation to go back to work will improve your tolerance to pain. And you know, if you're on disability and you're getting a reasonable amount of money every month, you might not want to go back to work. But you know, it's a hard position to be in for both the patient and the doctor. My most important learning, that I can survive the ICU and I can feed most people in there, and that feels good. So my plans for the rest of the week consist of doing about 5 loads of laundry that I've been putting off. A friend is coming over and we're gonna go and do some outdoor activity in the sunshine, go for a little hike or a walk, and come back and make dinner, because now I have time and I can take a study break. And then tomorrow I need to do a Dietitians of Canada course before I do my community rotation, and every intern has to do that, so I just need to spend a few hours and do that. And then Christine, another intern, and her husband Craig are coming over for dinner and we're gonna eat taco soup. And then Monday I start my rotation at Hearts in Motion. So I'm gonna be in Cobequid on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I'm gonna be at the Dartmouth Sportsplex on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then Friday, the dietitian I'm with usually does some research, so I'll see what I do on Fridays. And then next weekend, the interns are doing a brunch, and we're doing it at Hillary's house. So that's gonna be really, I'm making pumpkin scones. So nice to finally have the time to spend with other people again. Well, hopefully the hardest part of my internship is now over, and it'll be smoother, less stressful sailings from here. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a really good week, and I'll see you again next week for week 24. Sustain your body, sustain your life.